This is the seasonal stock and ETF report for today, Friday, November 4th, 2022. I am on our dev servers and I'm going to show a feature that's not available in production yet, but it's too cool not to. Let's go to Indices Common and we click on SPX. The opportunity, seasonal SPX opportunity right here is a 10-year opportunity. And it is between November 4th and June 7th. It's a 216-day seasonal opportunity. In the last 10 years, it worked 9 out of 10 years. It failed in 2021. Let's go see. Now we can set custom years. So what if we look at all the years? Let's see how many years we do have in this. We have 94 years. We can click on 94 and see that this would have been profitable. This date reached 72% of the years, to be exact. 68 out of last 94 years it would have been profitable. Right there. So now there is an additional filter we can add. What if we just want to take a look at midterm election years, which includes this year? Midterm election years shows you that this thing has been extremely bullish during midterm election years. Last time this date range failed was 1946. It has made an average of 14.24% in the last 94 years, 87% of the years, 100% of the years since 1950. So it's an extremely bullish time. What if we would have done this during presidential election years? It doesn't look as good. It would have been profitable only 62% of the years. The year after presidential election, this would have been profitable only 58% of the year. And what if we look at the year after presidential elections? This is also good. 83% of the years. It failed in 2007 and 1983. 4 of these years. Let's also take a look at odd years. Odd years are the years that there are no elections. Bullish 70% of the years. Even years are the election years. It's profitable 74% of those years. So obviously the presidential election years have an effect, or general election years have an effect on seasonality in S&P 500. Now let's go and take a look at likes of, I think we have, if we look at IBM, we have 59 years of data for IBM. So what if we would, I just clicked on IBM, the date range is today until April 14th. During midterm election years, this date range has been profitable every year except 2002. Let's also click on MFE. This will show the highest price that the stock had reached before closing. The dark green is the closing, open to close, and light green is the highest level reached. So look at that. Even the year that didn't work, IBM went up 30% and then dropped to flat. Another year that it didn't work, 2002, IBM went up 8.64% and then it closed with a loss of 2.58. this looks very bullish. So you could have actually made money 100% of the years since 1966 if you would have had a if you would have had a target on your gains. Let's take a look at other ones. Coke. It's back to 10 years. Let's see, what are the very long-term stocks we have? McDonald's. McDonald's doesn't seem to be very oriented to presidential elections, but let's find out. You can check all your stocks against the presidential election or any combination of the election years and see how they perform. So in the last 50 years, this day range has been profitable 86% of the years for McDonald's. That's from today until July 17. What if we go and take a look at odd and even years? So remember, 86% and 18% average profit. If we look at midterm election years, it's 92% of the years, and the average profit jumps to almost 30%. Since 1970, extremely bullish for McDonald's. What if it was the presidential election years? Back to 18%, not as good. The year after midterm elections, 20%, and so on. We can also look at odd years and even years. Odd years are the years that there are no elections. Even years, that means those are the years that have an election. It's either presidential election or midterm. Election year makes the average profit jump to 24% and the percentage profitable to 85%. Versus 79% and 17% average profit. It is just seasonally bullish time. Let's take a look at NASDAQ. What are the longest term stocks we have in NASDAQ? Let's first take a look. We have T-Mobile, Fiserv, Monster Beverage, ADP, Keurig, Costco, Texas Instrument, Marvel. So let's see, what do we have that has such long ADP? We have some data. Long-term data, so we can actually take a look at this midterm election years. Right now, the state range is profitable 87% of the years since 1983. If we go to midterm election filter, 90% of the years, in the year 2002 it failed, otherwise it has made an average of 14.2%. Okay, let's look at S&P 500. Northrop's on the top of the list, followed by T-Mobile. Let's see, what long term? We have McDonald's. Let's see, what do we have? Caterpillar. Let's look at some oil. So we have 59 years on Chevron. Let's see if presidential elections make a difference. The date range we're looking at right now is today, November 4th until June 19th. We've been making an average of 15.69%, 85% of the years were profitable. How about midterm election years? %86 and 16%. So It's pretty much the same. But what if it was presidential election? 80%, it's less. Average profit slightly higher. The year after, that doesn't look good. 60% of the year's profitable, average profit of only 11.64%. So Chevron doesn't do too well the year after presidential elections. How about the year after midterm elections? That actually looks slightly better. It failed in 2019, but made money 80% of the years. Russell, the top contenders are on the list. To find any specific date range or type of stocks you want, the right thing would be to come to Wilshire. Let's say you wanted opportunities that are 10 to 30 days only. Just hit 10-30 and you're going to see those opportunities. Top of the list is Marsh and McLellan. We have 37 years of this data. You can take a look at any combination that you want. And then when this is released, you can go on to midterm election years and find out if elections do any kind of effect on your stock. Let's look at ETFs also. S&P 500 growth. Spider growth portfolios. All right. This is all for today.